What's crack-a-lacking, y'all? This is Big Cat. We're gonna talk about a little night fishing tip. Yeah.
Right here. About to kill him, boy.
It's pretty awesome.
Gotta kill him.
What's happening, y'all? This is Big Cat Outdoors. I thought I would do this little video for y'all. I know I haven't posted in a long time. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks. I just graduated from college on May 8th, and then I got a new job in Montgomery, Alabama. So I've been working hard and training and learning different stuff and been running like a chicken with my head cut off lately. But I wanted to tell y'all, I fished a bass tournament last weekend on Lake Chickamauga. It was a night tournament. It was from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Hadn't fished a lake in 2 weeks. Hadn't fished any lake in 2 weeks. Didn't even have a rod down here in Troy, Alabama, in Montgomery area where I've been working. I left all my rods and reel in Chickamauga since the last video I posted. Come down, started my job, drove back up for the tournament, completely blind, hadn't fished in 2 weeks. Rigged my rods with the classic night baits I throw. Went out, and me and Dad actually got 3rd place in this night tournament. And there was like 20-something boats in it. We had 12.14 with 3 fish. It was a 3-fish limit. And it was tough, man. I'm talking, it was tough. But somehow we got 3rd place and won $80. But I had a 4-pounder, a 6.44 pound fish, and then I had one about 2.5. But I'm gonna show you what I caught. Every one of the fish I caught on, I caught the 6 and the 4 both. Dad caught the 2.5, but we all caught our fish on the same baits. It's my favorite night bait ever. I'm not a spinnerbait guy. A lot of people throw spinnerbaits and chatterbaits at night. I'm really not, because that's like what everybody throws at night. It's kind of a known deal. And I kind of like to do something a little different. So I'm going to show y'all what I think is what led to the 3rd place finish on the night tournament in Chickamauga. So I was throwing, let me get this off for you. So if you can see this, I was throwing a June bug brush hog. And if you can see that, I have the weight, I have a peg up there, slid up the line about 2.5, 3 inches, and then a 1/4 ounce tungsten. And I don't have it on here, but I also had I had a glass bead, a black glass bead. So I had, that's actually a baby brush hog. I was throwing the full-size June bug brush hog during the tournament. But, so I had bobber stopper, 1/4 ounce tungsten, black glass bead, 5/0 hook, full-size June bug brush hog. The reason, obviously, I like throwing the baby during the daytime. You give it a better little profile. I think I get more bites during the day with it. At night, I want that bigger profile. And for some reason, June bug, either June bug in this color right here. This is called California 420. I actually lied to y'all. I actually caught the 4-pounder on this bait right here. That thing right there is a killer, let me tell you. California 420. It's got a little black, got a little brown to it, got some sparkle. I actually caught, I forgot that. I actually caught the 4-pounder off this, which was actually our first keeper of the night. And we ended up getting 3rd place and won some money out of a lot of boats with a lot nicer rigs than we got. I only got one depth finder on my boat, and it's by the console, and it's 30 years old. So I'm fishing shallow, it don't matter. I'm going to fish shallow. And I'm a grass fisherman. I like getting shallow. I like fishing grass flats, and figuring those things out. And but I'm not much a spinnerbait guy. My dad prefers a spinnerbait at night. I don't. I'm more of a worm and a brush hog and a jig guy type deal, because I don't know, just bite seems more consistent to me with that kind of bait at night. I rarely catch a ton of fish on a spinnerbait at night unless they're just sitting on a place where they're just schooled up and ready to eat. But the bite was so tough last Saturday night. We literally caught 3 fish, but we were in the money. So I had, And I want to say that was probably due to the fact that I couldn't practice any because I got a new job and working my tail off. I get up there, I literally drove up there Friday night after work, slept in, rigged my rods, spent time with the family, put the boat in at 7:30, ran over there, paid my money, and fished a tournament from 8 to 2. Got up and drove back down to Troy, Alabama to work my job in Montgomery, starting on Monday through the rest of the week. But I'm telling you, that full-size brush hog is one of my favorite baits. That and a 12-inch Zoom Magnum worm, and also in a June bug, or even a green pumpkin or watermelon seed, just that 12-inch worm. That, I think it's the profile, especially that brush hog. It's got dual little tails on it, kind of like a worm. Plus it's got a bigger profile, gives a bigger shadow at night. But that full-size brush hog, and I was catching these fish. I went back to a place I caught them 2 weeks ago, just hoping those fish would be there. At the start of the night, I was like, Dad, let's just go donate our money and we'll just have a fun night fishing. And that was the plan. And we start out before it got dark. Didn't even, I think Dad jumped off actually about a 2 3/4 pounder right before dark. I didn't get a bite till about 9:30. The first bite I get, 4 1/4 pounder. Flip him in the boat, unhook him, throw him in the live well. I was like, well, that's one good fish. And it's only 3 fish limit. I was like, I've got 4 or 5 hours. I need 2 bites. So didn't get another bite in that spot. It was really weird that we were catching these fish. Like, I'd get one bite and I'd catch a really good fish and he'd have it choked. Like, he'd just smoke it. And he'd have it choked. And then you couldn't catch another fish in that area. You'd have to run to a new area. They were super scattered. I don't know if it's because of the pressure or the stuff, or since it was a Saturday, maybe all the pleasure boaters, because there was a ton out of there when we launched the boat for the tournament. So about 10:30, we go to another spot. It's just a point with some grass on it. Dad catches about a 2 1/2 pounder. I'm like, well, we got 2. Maybe we'll get 3. We go for 3 hours without a bite. We run to another spot, and we got there about 1:15, started fishing it, and found a big, huge mat of grass. 2 3 foot of water. I mean, big, huge mat of grass. And there were some pockets in it where you could flip and stuff, and I just had a 1/4 ounce weight, so I can get that thing super shallow and work it real slow at night. And I threw that thing right up in the middle of that daggum mat. I mean, right up in the middle of it. And I pick up on it, and it's heavy. And this is at somewhere around 1 o'clock, 1:20, something like that. I pick up, and it's heavy, and I'm just holding it there in case if it's a fish, I'll feel him. I pick up, lines tight, and it's heavy, and all of a sudden I feel that right there. So I just rip back and whop and pop them. And this is the rod I was throwing. This is a 7'2" Shimano SLX reel and rod, and that was actually the first tournament I fished with it. I just got the rod in last week and a half ago. I got 15-pound test line on it, and man, I set the hook on that fish in the middle of that grass mat. He jumped like 2 foot in the air, and I was like, it's a big one. And I start winching him with this reel, and this is a 7-1 gear ratio reel, and I'm winching him in. And I get him through that grass, and he gets to the boat, and Dad comes over with the net, and the fish takes off going straight down. And he had so much pressure on it, I keep my drag super tight. He had so much pressure on it, I almost couldn't hit the thumb button to release it. So I thought the fish was gone. I was like, he's gonna break me off, and I hit the button, and I'm bent over, and he runs back under the boat and gets hung up in grass. So I'm thinking, oh no. Click my bail over, I'm just slowly reeling him up. He comes by the boat, nets him, throws him in the boat. I grab him, unhook him, dump in a live well. I don't know how big it is, 6, 7, 8 pounds. Because at that point, I didn't have time to check. It was 1:30 when I put the fish in the live well. Plus, I got a 15-minute run back to the boat ramp. So there's our 3 keepers. We take off down the lake. I'm driving the boat, and we take off, and we get there. It's like 48, somewhere like that. I tie off the boat. We get to sit and chill for a little bit and figure out how big the fish is and look at our fish at least for a little bit. Get the weigh-in bag out. Get the water in the weigh-in bag, weigh the fish, and had 12-14. And at that point, that was the biggest bag I'd been weighed in yet. And I had big fish. Soon after I weighed in, two 17-pound bags weigh in. This is a 3-fish tournament. A 17-pound bag weighs in. It was like 17.7 or 17.8. Right after that bag, a 17.90 weighs in. So first and second place are 17-pound bags with 3 fish, and then I have a 12-pound bag for third place. And then there's a ton of 10 and 11-pound bags. So just scratched in the money, but man, I was happy to do so. But I just thought I'd give you a quick night fishing tip. But definitely throw the brush hog. At night, the full size. My favorite colors, you gotta be the California 420 or the June bug. At least for right now, it's been my best thing to throw and get bites and catch big fish on, at least. Also, I want to say I'm sorry I haven't posted in so long, but I'm fishing my first ever BFL as a co-angler this Saturday on Lake Guntersville. I ain't never fished a BFL in my life. I'm doing it as a co-angler. So super excited about that. So I should have a lot more footage coming your way. Hopefully the boater, I'm gonna ask the boater if he lets me, videotape the day and everything. Could go horribly wrong. Never know. Just kind of luck of the draw. Could go horribly wrong, and I have a guy that doesn't want me filming and on his boat and everything, and I'll definitely respect his wishes and everything. But hopefully I get a good guy and he lets me film and we catch some fish, and hopefully I can weigh in a bag. But hope you liked the video and giving you just a little night tip, and hope you all like the footage. Thanks for watching.